Okay, this is the hand and foot. This is the part that we didn't do previously, or we didn't do in details. So we're going to do some details today. This part of the hand, this is called the carpal bones, and we have 8 bones here. They are arranged in 2 rows. So this will be the proximal and this will be the distal. Altogether, it is 8 carpal bones, and we will discuss them in details. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 bones are called the metacarpal bones, and you always count from this one. This is your thumb. So always when we count the metacarpal, and the same thing for the tarsal bones of the foot, you always start from the thumb over here, and in the big toe, from the big toe in the lower limb, or from the foot. So this will be metacarpal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you have the phalanges. This is the finger here, which is proximal to the metacarpal bones. And if you see here, this is the proximal, middle, and distal phalanges. Proximal, middle, distal, proximal, middle, distal, proximal, middle, distal, except this one. You see proximal and distal only, so there is no middle one. You have only 2 phalanges in your thumb. If you go back to these bones here, there is a mnemonic that can remind you with these names. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4. This part over here, and we will call it thumb, lock, to pick. So we're going to call it thumb, lock, to pick. And here there are 2 bones on top of each other. So the P is on the top of the T. And thumb, lock, to pick. So SLTP, scaphoid. It should be the first one over here. This is scaphoid. This is the second part, which is lock, L. This will be the lunate. And this will be, it has 2 names, triangular. This one is called triangular, or triquetrium. Same thing, triangular bone, or the triquetrium, one of the carpal bones, of the 8 carpal bones. And this one on top of it, and sometimes actually you'll see those 2 bones fused to each other. It wouldn't make a difference in this model here, or in this hand bone. It is separated, but sometimes you don't see this separation in your T. You see the 2 bones on top of each other. So thumb, lock, to pick, scaphoid, lunate, triangular, or triquetrium, and this one will be the pisiform. Thumb, lock, to pick, SLTP, scaphoid, lunate, triangular, or triquetrium, and pisiform. The second line will be 10 times carbohydrates. 10 times carbohydrates. So it's thumb, lock, to pick, 10 times carbohydrates. So this will be the trapezium, 2. So to pick carbohydrate, 10 times carbohydrate. So TTCH. This is the trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. Trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. Okay, so thumb, lock, to pick, 10 times carbohydrate. Thumb, lock, to pick, 10 times carbohydrates. These are the carpal bones. And remember that you always start from the thumb. You always start, this mnemonic always start lateral. Don't forget that. You start lateral, so don't start from here, because this is toward the little finger, the pinky finger, so this will be the medial. Always start from the lateral. Thumb, lock, to pick, 10 times carbohydrate. And one easy point, if you wanted to tell if this is the right or the left hand, just look at the thumb, which has 2 only. It's larger, the diameter is bigger, the bones are bigger, and you have only 2 phalanges, proximal and distal. So this should be the lateral side. And you see this curvature here? This curve will tell you that this is the anterior. It's like your hand like this. So you have a curve. This curve has to be anterior. Since this curve is anterior and this is the lateral, so you're doing like this. Okay, so this would be the right hand. The next part we're doing the foot over here. And if you look at the foot, you will see it as follow. The mnemonic to remember it is C, C, T, N. C, C, 10. C, C, T, N. And you're starting also from lateral, but in the foot, the little toe, or the little finger, or the little toe here, this will be the lateral, and the big toe will be the medial in this type. So this is the opposite of the foot, but we're starting laterally anyway, irrespective to this. So C, C, 10, T, N, like 10 cc's. C, C, T, N, cc 10. And then you will have 3 bones, 3 tiny bones that will be 1, 2, 3. The 3 of them are known as cuneiform, but just give you the lateral, intermediate, and medial. Lateral, intermediate, and medial cuneiform bones. So again, C, C, T, N, and the rest cuneiform, 3 cuneiforms. Okay, the CC will be this and this. This is called the calcaneus bone, and this is the only bone that protrudes to the back like this. This is the largest bone of all, and sometimes you can see it separated like this. It's still the largest bone of the foot, and this will be the calcaneus, and it's very famous to hear calcaneal fissure. So if you hit your foot like this, you can have fracture of or fissure of the calcaneus bone. This is the largest of all. This is not the same as we did in the hand. So this is calcaneus bone, and in front of the calcaneus bone you have the cuboid, CC, calcaneus cuboid. And then in the other side you have those 2 bones here, and I'm not talking about the other 3 in the front. This is all cuneiform. So calcaneus, cuboid, TN, this will be the talus, and this will be the navicular bone. C, C, TN, calcaneus, cuboid, talus, navicular. And the talus, if you look at this model here, you see that the tibia is actually articulating with this talus bone. This part here is actually called a trochlea. It looks like a trochlea. So the lower end of the tibia will articulate with the talus bone, or the trochlea of the talus, same thing. It's just the upper surface of the talus. So the tibia articulate with, and both of them goes with the T. Tibia, talus. Tibia articulate with talus. So the last 3 will be here, which is 1, 2, 3, or start from here, 1, 2, 3, always start from lateral, and the 3 of them are called cuneiform: lateral, middle or intermediate, and medial cuneiform bone. This is 7, the carpal bones with 8, and this is actually 7 bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest of the bones here, this will be the metatarsal bone, and always start from the big toe. So this is metatarsal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and same thing as we said in the upper limb. Here is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, proximal, middle, and distal phalanges. And here you have only proximal and distal. You don't have the middle one or the intermediate one. So you have only 2 phalanges in your big toe. The last thing that we're going to talk about, and when we talk about the foot, is if this is the right or the left. And this is easy. If you see the curvature here, this curving or this fossa here, it should be the opposite of the upper limb. It should be facing down. This is going on the ground. So, and if you look at this is the big one, the big toe, and the big toe has to be medial. Imagine or remember your own foot. The big toe is always medial. The other big toe will be like here. So this is the medial side, and this is the lateral side. This is the upper surface. So this has to be like the other one will be here. So this will be the left foot. And this is all about the hand and the foot.